Okay, so now we've made our chicken stock. It's been on since about 2 o'clock yesterday. So what's that? 18 hours? Yeah. It's time to use it. So tonight we're going to make a chicken soup with it. The recipe's up on my website if you want to have a look. I'm going to spoon out some of my stock for my soup, but I'm going to keep letting it simmer away because I want it to get really nice and dark and full of calcium and all those nice minerals. So I'm going to leave it on till at least 2 tomorrow. So for my chicken soup, I've got 1 leek chopped up. I've cut it about there and I've cut the end off. I've sliced it down the middle and then I've sliced it up, popped it in with some olive oil and about a handful of parsley, and I've just let it simmer away there sauteing. So now that I've got that, I'm going to slowly spoon in some of my nice amazing chicken stock. So I don't know if you can see how dark that is. It's absolutely beautiful. It smells amazing, so the smell's been kind of wafting through the house. And then once I've spooned this out, I'm going to top it up with some more water. So as you would have noticed if you're making this at home, it has simmered down a few centimeters. So just top it up as you go. I usually top it up in the mornings when I come downstairs, so I leave it on overnight. I love it because it's nice and safe in the slow cooker. So for those who haven't watched part 1 or part 2, we got carrot and sliced it in half and put it in our slow cooker. An onion, we peeled it, sliced it in half and put it in. And we kind of ripped up 2 celery stalks and put it in. And then we popped our chicken on top of that. And we let it cook. Usually you let it cook for 2.5 hours, but I was out last night, so I did it up on 8 on low. And then I stripped it of the chicken at about 10 o'clock last night. Topped this up with water and 1/3 cup of apple cider vinegar, and I've let it keep going all night and all day. And now I'm spooning out my beautiful broth into here. So I think that's almost enough. I'm going to top it up with water for my soup. So this is nice and thick. The longer you cook it, the kind of more intense it gets. So I've brought it down by about 1 centimetre. Maybe used 1 litre of it in my soup. And then I'm just going to top that up. I boiled the kettle. I'm just going to top that up with a little bit more water. Top this up with a bit more water and keep it going. So I'll drain it of all the bits tomorrow and put it into some big plastic containers. So now that's on the heat. You get a tin of creamed corn and pop that in. Oh, yum. If you don't like corn, you could use something else. A tin of corn kernels. I love tin vegetables, because it's tinned at the peak of its performance. You can't afford to put crappy quality vegetables into a tin because it just goes bad and disgusting. Let's give that a stir. So we've got parsley, 1 leek, a tin of creamed corn, a tin of corn kernels. I'm just going to turn the heat up a bit. Then I've got my chicken that I stripped off last night. So I've just torn it into little bits. I'm going to chuck that in there to heat up. Throw that all in. And this doesn't take long. So people always say to me, oh, so you've got to, you cook it for a few days, so you've got a really forward plan. But you really don't need to. All you need to do is when you do your next shopping trip, grab a chip and put it in the slow cooker. And then, if you're not ready to use it when your stock's ready, just pop it in containers into your freezer. And then just not glass ones if you're going to need to use it in a hurry. Because as I mentioned on one of my other videos, trying to speed up the thawing process will crack the jars. You'd think I'd know better, but I don't. So I've just made sure there's no bones in there as well. So give that a stir. It's nice and thick. And the last part of this, some egg pasta. So some really nice thin ones. I usually put in 2 of these per person. Yeah, Mummy's cooking it. Do you want to say hi to the video? Say hi, everyone. What have you got yourself? An apple. She's pretty hungry. We've just been at swimming, so she's Gonna got herself an apple to eat. Oh, she's waving it around. It's already got some bites out of it. Yeah. Yummy. It's almost as big as her head. She probably won't be ready for dinner when it's finally ready. So I love these, so I'm going to put a few extra in for me. So all you need to do now is simmer it until the noodles are cooked, nice and al dente. If you wanted a bit more liquidy, you can pop some more water in there. It's really up to you, but that gives you your nice chicken soup, which is fantastic as a quick meal. So this will be ready in 5 to 10 minutes, and we can get going on it. I put it in a big container in the fridge, and it's good for tomorrow for dinner as well. So that's it. So that's making your own chicken stock. If you don't need all the kind of minerals like we do, you can just pop it on the stove and simmer it with the chook and a few veggies for an hour or an hour and two, and spoon that out. But I really, being a dairy-free house, we need all the minerals we can get. So I love to really extract them out, and I find it easy. I struggle to kind of plan ahead, so for me this is actually quite a good way of getting it ready and having it ready for me when I need it. So happy cooking, everyone. If you've got any questions or anything, drop them below, and I'll get to them a bit later after dinner. See ya.